Hi friends and my dear students, welcome to my channel You Too Can. Today I want to discuss about one of my favorite books that you can see on the screen, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It is not just one of my favorite books, it is one of the best books in 20th century. One of the best books of 20th century. It is a guide to the people in all aspects of life, professionally as well as personally. More than 10 million copies were sold. The author is Stephen R. Covey. The book name is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So here the author talks about what are the habits which are required for a person to achieve success professionally as well as personally. So here the habit 1 is be proactive. So the author says that actually there are 2 categories of people in society. One is reactive people, another one is proactive people. So reactive people, these people when they face any problem or a challenge or obstacle, they blame others. For their life situation, they say that my parents are responsible, government is responsible, that person spoiled my life, my uncle did this to me. But coming to proactive people, they say that whatever the situation I am in, it is because of my decisions. I take responsibility. They think, how can I overcome this problem? What are the possibilities? They take responsibility. Like the author says, it is not the problem that hurts you, it is your reaction to the problem that hurts you. He also says that the problem is not the problem is the way you look at the problem. So the proactive person takes responsibility to solve any kind of issues he faces in his life. He don't blame others. Habit 2 is begin with the end in mind. My dear friends, all things are created twice. One is in our mind and another in reality. For example, if you want to construct a building, we don't start hurriedly by calling the constructor, right? First we will develop a blueprint or plan. Similarly, the author says, why don't we apply the same plan or same formula in our lives? The author gives one example in this book. For example, you went to attend the funeral of one of your close friend. After you went there and saw the dead body, you will be surprised because it is you. One by one, people are coming and sharing their experiences with the deceased person. Here it is you. What you want the people tell about you. Imagine that and try to become that person. So here I am giving my own example. Like before joining engineering or any degree, you have to imagine where you want to see yourself in future after completion of your BTech degree. In which company you want to select, what salary you are expecting. Imagine that. Imagine that you got the job, that finally, if you strongly believe that it is happening to you and created a mental image, the nature will make that into reality. It is called law of attraction. So that is a different topic. We'll discuss about it later. So regarding this, I want to share with you one article from the Week magazine. I have seen one interview of the famous cricketer Virat Kohli. When the interviewer asked him what is the secret behind his success, what he does, what kind of preparation he makes to play such kind of great innings, he said that before I play the match, I create a mental image. I play it in my mind's eye. Like I am in the field playing with lots of energy and scoring runs and my team is winning. So with that image, I go to play the match, then definitely that turns into reality. So it is a proven method. And coming to habit 3, put first things first. It is about prioritizing your tasks. So here the Stephen R. Covey gives a time management matrix, quadrant 1, quadrant 2 and quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. So quadrant 1, it is about the tasks which are urgent and important. Quadrant 2 tasks are important but not urgent. Quadrant 3 tasks are not urgent. Quadrant 3 tasks are not important, urgent. Quadrant 4 tasks are not urgent and not important. If you observe carefully this matrix, due to lack of proper planning, we spent most of our times in quadrant 1, that is urgent and important things, which causes more stress, burnout, blood pressure and so on. To escape from quadrant 1, we moved to quadrant 4 and spent our time for relax, watching TV, Facebook, WhatsApp and so on. Due to lack of commitment, we spent our time in quadrant 3. But we forget about quadrant 2, which is important but not urgent. So here the effective people spent most of their time in quadrant 2. They manage quadrant 3, they avoid time wasters like quadrant 4. There is a close relationship between quadrant 2 and quadrant 1. The activities that you don't do in quadrant 2 will move to quadrant 1 and cause you more stress. I'll give you one example. For example, exam date is announced 30 days, 1 month or 40 days before. Effective student plans and prepares in advance because that activity is now in quadrant 2. Important but not urgent. Effective students prepares a plan, daily plan to prepare for the examination which is after 30 days. Ineffective students, what he does is he don't plan, he don't prepare, but realizes 1 or 2 days before the examination, causing him more stress. An employee, when his boss handovers him a file to finish within a week, he ignores it and spends time in quadrant 4 in Facebook, WhatsApp, TV and so on. One day he comes to office as usually, phone rings, boss calls him to come to his cabin with that file. Think once the situation of that employee, the stress, the tension, that fear, because it was there 1 week before that task, that activity was there in quadrant 2, because he don't pay the attention, now it moved to quadrant 1. The conclusion is, the more you do work on quadrant 2, the less tasks you have in quadrant 1. It means less stress, you can have a good life. And habit 4, think win-win. If we do business with partners, we should have a mindset of win-win. Actually, there are different mindsets are there: lose, win, win-win, win-lose, and lose-lose. But the best one is win-win. Effective people are not selfish. They just don't think about their profit. They seek mutual benefit and mutual respect in all interactions. They think in terms of we, not me. Coming to habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Here the author Stephen R. Covey divided listening into 5 types. First one is ignoring. Second one is pretend listening, like acting. Third one is selective listening. Fourth one is attentive listening. The last one, an important one, is empathic listening. When you are having a conversation with your friend or employee or a family member, we don't listen properly. That's an experience. When the boss listens to the employee with empathic listening, the employee will be ready to follow any orders given by him. When husband listens to his wife with empathic listening, wife will obey his orders happily. We have to cultivate the habit of empathic listening. When the other person is talking, look into his eyes. Don't interrupt. Don't be in a hurry to give your version, give your suggestion. Don't interrupt her or don't interrupt him. Listen completely. And once they are finished, you respond to them. So this builds a great relationship and understanding. Habit 6 is synergize. It is a Greek word. The meaning of synergize is working together. It's about teamwork. The author says that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Like you can, like united we stand, divided we fall. It means combinedly, if more people are doing, then we can get more results instead of doing individually. Habit 7, sharpen the saw. It's about renewal. Here the author gives an example of a man who is cutting trees in a jungle. On day 1, he cut more number of trees. Day 2, he cut less number of trees compared to day 1, and day 3 he cut less number of trees compared to day 2. He don't understand why his performance is reducing. He shared his problem with his friend. His friend asked him, when did the last time you sharpened your saw? Then he realized his mistake. In our lives also, it can be professionally or personally, our performance is reducing day by day, month by month, year by year. The reason is we are not renewing ourselves in different areas of your life. So here, sharpen the saw in our life is preserving and enhancing the greatest asset you have, that is you. It is about self-renewal in the 4 areas of your life. The 4 areas are physical, social, emotional or related to heart, mental, and spiritual or soul. So coming to physical, you have to take good diet, exercise, resting. Coming to social or emotional, you have to make social and meaningful connections with others. Coming to mental, you have to continuously learning, reading, writing and teaching. Coming to spiritual, we have to spend time in nature, meditation, prayer and service to humanity. So this is called as renewal. So these are the, my dear friends, these are the 7 habits that you and me have to cultivate to become more effective and more better persons than we are. So thank you very much for listening to my talk. And if you like this, kindly click on like, subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you very much.